Hello all, happy Easter to everyone. In this video, we're going to have a little bit of discussion of encouragement. Some people are discouraged at Easter. Some of you might have lost a loved one at Easter. Prayers go out to you all. My hair is a little messy, it's been a little windy. Been doing a little bit of yard work, trying to pull up weeds out of certain flowers and fruit trees we have. So that's what I've been doing today. A little bit of cleaning, picking up, cluttering some trash. It gets piled up after at some point. You know, now we're not supposed to burn trash. Technically only wood, certain types, and you're supposed to call them when you're going to get ready to burn and things like that to let them know what you're up to. I'm trying to find certain passage in here that's relating to Easter because it's Easter weekend. Today's Easter. I hope you all are having a great Easter. Enjoying yourself, showing love, helping others is less fortunate, and letting all the kids get to experience the Easter fun. My boyfriend's son's gone with part of his family and helping out with the Easter hunt with other kids. So he'll come back sometime this evening. Happy Easter to you, bestie. How's your Easter going? Yeah, I couldn't come back on anymore Friday. It kind of got really bad. We got a little bit of wind damage, nothing major. I power flickered on and off, and then it come back on. But my youngest daughter, their power was out like overnight, and they got theirs back on later yesterday evening. So luckily their power was out. The whole road was out. It got hit pretty hard out there on certain parts of Lancaster. And there had been some deaths reported, but luckily my prayer was answered. We were saved. So I'm thankful for that. I'm trying to find something on the it could be in the other book on Easter. Oh, I want to share with you. I got a thing from the mail. You know, I've been entering in certain pieces contests from the Urban Wind Publishing. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but they sent me. I sent this little short type thing on title called A Writer, and I've entered in, but they wanting to put me on the literacy poet of Congress on their library. Put my piece in there, and they said writing poetry is a special talent. By expressing yourself in words, you accomplish what few others can. In a writer, your writing encompasses a very special, distinctive mode of poetry. That threw me off. Mode of poetry. I know I heard that word, but it kind of threw me off a little bit on that part. One that's uniquely yours. Self-expression is a key component of all great art, and I can feel it here in your poem. Congratulations, you are an artist. As an artist and educator myself, I've told all the students the best way to improve your craft is to read other great poetry. And we encourage everyone to continue writing, honoring their craft. Most importantly, you should always take advantage of every opportunity to share your poetry with others, which I do, on other platforms, all poetry. I keep entering in these certain pieces on this publisher here. Criticisms, both good and bad, are important for all artists who is involved. We are honored to give you this opportunity to share your poem with a large national audience. And then it tells a little bit about the book things, because their books is helping to keep their site and their thing going to help others. And it says, for those of you who have been writing your entire lives, please remember Eber and Wind Publishing is a full-service publishing house, turning manuscripts into printed, bound, finished masterpieces is the core nature of our business. While we certainly enjoy partnering with Poetry Nation for the poetry contest, there's nothing more gratifying than bringing the individual projects of our writers to fruition and helping them fulfill a lifelong dream. Oh, I don't go on Lulu. This is all for Erber and Wynn Publishing here. I got this through my mail. And it's showing, it's a short piece. I got some corrections to do. They want me to do on this form before I send it back in. I got till, the deadline is June the 15th of this year to correct some mistakes and stuff on it. Lulu, I couldn't click with that. I did sign up, but I couldn't click with on that one. I didn't understand it too well. I'm not on Lulu no more. No worries about that one. Once you sign and return your proof, it will go into an editor and be assigned to a volume upon the closing of the contest. Poetry Nation judges will meet and begin the judging process. Every poem we receive is read and reread, and this usually takes 6 to 8 weeks after the contest deadline. Once the contest judging is complete and all of 121 winners are notified, a complete list of the winners will be available. We wish you the best of luck as you complete for these prizes. If you haven't already done so, there's still time to take advantage of the special, the pre-publication discount price for upon arrival, in which your poem, a writer, will appear. As a book publisher, we must sell books to stay in business and to continue to co-sponsoring the contest. We appreciate your order and are sure you will be delighted with the quality of the book and the poetry. It's probably sort of like AP, where your pieces on there can be put in there in the publishing. But I heard from many complaints that they paid for on there, but they never got their book. I mean, a couple people told me not to try to enter in and get my pieces on there done because their book never came. Yeah, I know. I don't use Lulu no more. No worries. I don't use them no more. Or definitely not. I've been trying to research deeper. I don't want to just enter any site without doing more researching about it. I'm probably going to close my account on there. Just delete it off of there. Books are forever, and this poem will be a lasting legacy of where you write now as an artist and a poet. Your book will soon become one of your most prized possessions, and it will be shared with many generations to come. They guarantee it. They're from the United States. Everything they make, their companies in the United States here. As a leader in publishing poetry, we are often asked if there's another way that we could help poets share their poetry. And so we put our heads together with Poetry Nation, introduce a display piece that continues to be a poet's favorite, so that poets may commemorate their semi-finalist achievement in this contest. We've introduced a wall plaque that features your poem. The certificate is printed on thick parchment paper, mounted under, if I said that word right, Lucite, Lucite, at a prominent size of 10.5 by 13 inch. The wooden base has a rich walnut finish and can easily be mounted to any hard surface in your home or office. Great care is taken to produce our products, and every part of the editorial, production, and manufacturing process is done in the United States of America. That's a good thing. Unlike other publishers, Erber and Wynn Publishing does not outsource any work to foreign labor. We are proud of this practice and hope you are too. If you're not delighted with any of our products, then please return the item for a full and prompt refund. They will refund your money back. A lot of them don't do that. I had a couple of cousins that's actually entered this, and they had some kind of mix up with the mailing process or something. It was over 6-8 weeks. It only happened to her one time, but she did get her money back. So I know they're not scam far as guarantee your money back. And we must, they said again, sell their products so they can provide many services for writers and poets to get them started on here. And they got even actually a phone number. A lot of these don't leave their phone number, any of that on here. And then I have a poet ID number. They reapplied to enter in. They finally answered. It come today. They're from 50E High Street, New Freedom, PA. And they list their phone number under there. And they have a website too. So if I have any questions, I can go to their website personally. And I got my PIN number. Author's proof. It's always good to show and tell. That's my piece that come in. They replied back. That was the letter they sent. That's the letter they sent. Telling me some few corrections. Of course, I'm always got errors on there a little bit. That's okay. It's good to know about it. So I can get them correct. They want me to correct it on this paper before I send it in. And then go from there. And I have till June the 15th of this year to do it. So a little less, a little over a month. I was kind of proud because I didn't think they was answering back or something went wrong. It took a little over a month before I got this one in. The other one come in pretty early when I first entered the other one. And this is the thing I entered in for the sweepstakes. They told me award status pending. And I thought it was a bunch of scam because all my emails kept saying, you are the top #1 winner on our winners list of this such and such week. Then when I go open the email, they want you to keep entering in and keep doing them stupid surveys. I've done away with all that because I know all that crap's scam. Wasting my life and time on that. But it says prize eligibility payments, $10,000 a week for 52 weeks. It says we have been trying to reach you, but I never got no phone call or no recent email, but they're saying they've been trying to reach me. The deadline is May the 9th. Shucks, that's coming up. To reach you rewarding your prize entry, then they sent the ID number. The prize eligibility associated with this ID number, $10,000 per week for the next 52 weeks. In order to enter for eligibility, the prize opportunity, we will need to hear back from you by May the 9th. If we do not, they forfeit it. They drop my ID, blah, blah, blah. $10,000 per week for 52 weeks. They send a cash payment option for a grant a total of $520,000. Approved. It was checked, approved. All taxes and all that would be responsible from the winner. They urged me to enter back, but I highlight it. Show and tell us what I got today on that. Or I do it back this way to see just the first part of it. Show and tell. On that, so I don't know. I mean, they keep sending me things like that. A bunch of people said they had one, and I don't know if that part is real or not. But this video was talking about Easter because it's Easter, so happy Easter to you and your family. And I was trying to find a certain passage because some people are down on this type of holiday. Some people lost loved ones or certain things like that, and just to give them a reminder that other people still think about them during this time, and just wanting to wish everybody, a happy Easter. But I haven't found that certain verse that I was looking for. It might be in here, in my tea leaves in here, but I didn't see it in here. Maybe I got to look in the contents on here. But it's something that helps uplift people. If they're having a hard time, not having the greatest Easter, Everybody's not happy, joy, joy, you know. So I'm just thinking of others. And I thought I'd just come up and drop in a live stream video about it and share what I got in the mail on those two things. Emotional health. A lot of people having health problems. They go through that on a day like this. They have certain health problems going on. And I just want to make sure, you know, that it's okay as long as they stay in prayer. That's one of the best medicines to have, because he can heal your body if you believe and pray enough. He will heal you. I believe that. He's the best medicine of all times. But so many people want to trust and believe in their pharmaceuticals, and they're the ones that's making people sicker. All that crap they put in it's not natural for you. It's not natural for your body. You need to go more natural and organic, the organic way. So yeah, we took my boyfriend's son. We took him off last night to go back to the person he went last weekend, some family, to see his brother, and they was having a big dinner, Easter dinner, and he's helping the other little kids, help them hide. They do little games and they do little quizzes and things with them, and if they lose, they get attacked by water balloons and stuff like that. I thought that was cool. He wanted to help out and help set it up and everything before they got started, so we let him go to that. And he'll come back this afternoon because I think he goes back to school tomorrow or Tuesday. Might be tomorrow. It's like the spring break just flew by. It just went by so quick. Come back when you can. He come in and left there for a second, I think. Maybe 3:37. I will incline my ear to a parable, instant obedience. What page was that again? 3:37. So I got to go by the chapters. Sometimes I skip around. I don't go in a certain order when I read at this tea leaves. And like I said, you all need to get your copy. I've had this book for years. It's not new. It's kind of an older book, but it will help guide you. It's not the Bible itself. It's inspirations of things that when you're down, to us women, and I'm sure they have them for men, it helps guide you. This ain't it. At 3:36. Got to get back a little bit further. They can get back further enough. So sometimes I get confused trying to look up something in this book. And I have to go back and go through, research the table of contents and go back from there. But yeah, I have gotten confused in here several times. But the more you read out of it and just use it as a study guide with your Bible, it makes more sense on what you're trying to look up. Something that's going to help influence you for that day or that week or that month. It will help you tremendously. So, hope he comes back. Maybe his internet went out. He was letting me know, Lulu, you all don't go on Lulu because it's scam. He said he found out it was a bunch of scams today. So y'all just warning, if you have a Lulu site up and you got writings on there or doing things has to do with writers, don't go there. Delete your account because it's a bunch of scams. My Bessie just come on here to let me know that. But I didn't know him. He didn't say goodbye, but hopefully he's still there. He'll come back soon. Or more people. I'm waiting on other people to come in. A lot of people with their families and friends on Easter. So I'm not really expecting a whole lot of people, but you'll eventually come back and see the video. If not today, tomorrow. And when you do, make sure you hit the like button, comment, and let me know how your Easter weekend went. I'm excited to hear stories, what families and people do on Easter. It's one of my favorite seasons. I love Easter. I love spring. Even though I got to deal with the aggravation of pollen, I still love spring. All the beautiful colors come out, the flowers. When it's not raining every day of the month, you can get out there and work in your yard and do things with your flowers. It's just a lot of different things you can do. But it is you, my close friend. Grace enough, he's able to deliver, but if not. 337, here we go. Show and tell. I've done a couple of readings at a tea leaves like a week ago or something. Show and tell. I'm on, he is able to deliver, but if not, this is where I'm reading at. You can read Daniel's chapter 3, verses 13 through 30. Last night at dusk, Dina came to sleep here because my husband was gone. 2 men came. Verdon here? No, where is he? On the road. They came and uninvited. They had hard faces, tattooed arms. I want to buy a hand mill. I went to the storeroom to get one. He followed me inside and began to shine his flashlight along the gap where the wall met and it dashed with the roof. His evil presence felt too close in the dark. Well, I declared, I didn't say you could come in here. Is this your house? He backed off. After much fiddling, he bought the meal and left. I turned to Dina. Do we want to sleep here alone tonight? No, I'm afraid those same men tried to break in before, when you weren't home. So Dina's parents joined us for the night. I closed up the house. The padlock was gone. I had seen something flash in his hand. My trembling hand tore it along too close. The substitute lock. I slept with tension and scary dreams. Do they want women or money? I prodded my sleepy brain. What would I do if my strategies for escape were wild? They frighten me more. I will trust and not be afraid. I am afraid. Am I not trusting? Fear not. I want to obey, but how? Call on the name of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. It has power. By the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil. So pray aloud. Is that a guarantee? I'll be unharmed? What about those who have been raped or robbed? Didn't they pray at night? Or pray right? Perfect love casts out fear. God gave us fear to protect our purity, our life. God gave it. He wants to control it. God's here. God here is my fear. You deliver the Hebrew 3 from the fiery furnace. Can you deliver me from fear of the furnace? He heard me and delivered me from all my fears. Psalms chapter 34, verses 4. P.S. It wasn't quite as easy as it sounds. Nancy Streusman, she's the author of this book, and Martha Barkman gave me the advice that I wrote here. I had to pray much over it until the peace of God controlled my heart and mind again. So we can actually get led astray. Our fears puts doubts in us. If we can take away and get rid of that fear, then that peace will come over us again. I guess that's what that meant there. Fear is what causes doubt within us in our spiritual, I said that right, in our spiritual minds. We take away that fear and keep that fear to the curb, then peace will come over us again. And it helps us to have a better walk with him. He heard me and delivered me from all my fears. Even when people just got health problems, you don't be afraid. Keep praying. He'll deliver. It's not meant for everybody's health problems to be delivered, but he'll give you that sense of peace. And I think that's great. I know this is not the Bible. I don't just dwell on this, but some of the way they break it down in stories to help to break it down, help women understand it. It's basically what it does. It breaks things down. It has certain Bible verses you can go back and relate to what I just read. So I'm thankful it's got certain verses in here also. Angels versus robbers. Boy, that's deep. They got a little teacup or coffee. Some people drink coffee. When they study the word, some people had their little tea out. I didn't have my 2 cups. I'm drinking Sprite right now. I was craving Sprite. But for some reason, the only thing I don't like, it doesn't have anything to do relating Easter in here. This was something I was wanting to, because it's Easter, and I didn't find it. But our children need to be taught to obey instantly. I knew this was something needed in our home and made a mental note of the idea. I shared the events the day at the supper table that evening. The subject of instant obedience was discussed and the need in our home acknowledged. Prayer. I always stay in prayer before you eat. Keep prayer in your home front and you'll grow closer to God as well. And your children, you might not think they're not listening. They might not at that moment. But the more you keep studying and letting them keep hearing the word and you keep praying with them, it's going to help turn them in that direction to be more obedient in the home. That's what's wrong with a lot of kids in this generation now. Parents are trying to be their kids' friend, best friend. You can't be both. You're either their parent or just their friend. They're going to grow wild and do what they want. And when they get into the teenage stage, you don't start them out and train them small. It's going to be out of your hands and they're going to be trying to walk all over the parents. I went through some of that with my older daughter. She was trying every way she could to test me. What can I do today to get on mama's nerves? She'd try to push my buttons every single way. And I got frustrated. We all do as parents at one time or another. I had to learn to control my anger. When I learned to control my anger, count to 10, walk away, then go back and try to instruction her. You can't do it in anger, and I had to learn that because she was my first child. Didn't know anything about ADD or ADHD. Had to take classes and learn how to deal with my own child with ADD. And once I've learned it and learned ways to work with them like that, it made it easier to teach her. But I had to have help from other, a couple of counselors, some instructors that had kids themselves. They had to go through the same thing. They had to go through classes. I had to learn all that, and that's really helped me out a lot. Learn to manage anger. Anger is where we mess up. God doesn't like us to be angry. In order to show love to someone, you have to release that anger and let that love come in, that passion come in. And then when you start praying, that's our way of communicating and learning to Him. The more we pray, that's our communication line. He doesn't talk to us like we talk. He talks to us with us in prayer. That still voice. He looks in on the attitude of the hearts of that person or the people that stay in fully in prayer. The more we do that, the more He will intervene in us and work with us. I'm learning that. And I prayed off and on all my life, but at times I get sidetracked. I'm worried about, the storms, they're going to take me out. I shouldn't have worried. I committed sin then, worrying about the storm. I should have just prayed about it. I said, you're the one that's in charge of this storm. Even though sometimes you might let the government do its thing to wake your people up, but you're the one that's in charge of the storm. You can stop it any time. As soon as I said that, I wasn't afraid no more. I had my door open, windows open. Okay, the wind's picking it, and I got to use common sense, shut my doors and windows. But it was kind of neat, but it was a weird feeling that come over. It's like I had a peace that come over, but I didn't worry no more. Then all of a sudden the worry peek in like an hour, like a few minutes later, like, what about Donald, my boyfriend? They're working out in this. I had another worry just peek right back in over my peace. So I had to say a prayer for them. I said, it's in your hands to protect them wherever they are. Protect my children, my friends, even enemies. I know I probably got out there. Even look after them. We're supposed to pray for our enemies just like our loved ones. That's a part of letting go of things letting go of grudging, learning to forgive others as he forgave us. It's a lot of stuff. It's deep. But I'm learning that because I've had grudges towards some people in my life that I had to let go of that. If I didn't, it was robbing my joy. I couldn't keep holding on to something that was robbing my inner peace of mind, so I had to let go of it. And that's what I did. Yes, show my kids love all the time. And I have to put that in my example because they don't see it in my example. They'll look at me as a hypocrite. So I have to have that love in me in order to put that example out there for them to see. And they're seeing it. They see my screw-ups, but we all do it, including them. A child forgives. I love that one too. It matters not. A child forgives. Contentment. Had to learn to be more contentment in my life. Learn to hang on more of my faith. And that's where that scripture keeps popping in my head, but I can't remember it by heart. Maybe it's not meant for me to remember it yet. But it's something about if you can believe in the size of a grain of a mustard seed, you have faith in that mustard seed, or whatever that is, you believe that, your faith to grow stronger. You doubt that parable, that passage about that mustard seed, you're letting your fear come in. You're showing more doubts. You got to let those doubts go. It follows along with that by keeping your faith. So I'm learning that. Patience. I didn't have much patience beginning of the week. And I can be honest, admit it, because I'm too busy worrying about this channel when I should just take it more up to him. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm not trying to sell something that I know that's not actually growing yet. I'm too busy worried about them subscribers, worried about my channel, growing, but not into far as getting money. I think some of the people thinking I'm trying to get money, but I'm not. My channel's free. The world can view it. It's just getting most of my watch time, keeping the people in the end of my videos, watch enough to the middle to the end. If they're just peeking in and walking off, they don't know what my channel's about. You have to stay on, and if you stay on to the end, that supports me, and I can do the same for others. I started getting a little bit of patient with that. This was like Monday or Tuesday this week. Started having that doubt. Why even bother to do this? I'm just wasting my time on this. People are looking at that. They're laughing at me behind my back. That's the devil trying to creep in doubt in my mind, so I had to rebuke that. Wait a minute. You're going to fall. You're going to have rejections. But if you keep your faith, that should help keep you stronger to keep moving on. So I said, I rebuked that, and I'm like, I got to find that verse where it's talking about faith. And I was trying to find that verse. I think this was Monday, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find that verse about the grain of mustard seed. Why? Any other time I found it before. Was I still too cloud-minded in doubts of faith? And the Lord didn't want me to find it yet until I cleared all my worries out and then try to go back and look for it? I was puzzled about that. I was like, okay, Lord, what I do now? I'm trying to find this verse because I was in doubt these couple of days beginning of the week. What do I do now? And I just say it out loud, And I'm sitting there going through my Bibles, the one I normally study out of. Where's it at? We was just talking about this not long ago. Then I was flipping through here and thought it'd be something about it in here. And I couldn't find it, but I only remember bits and pieces of it. I couldn't remember what book it was in. Yes, exactly right. But I had to learn those patience. I had to get rid of the anger and some of all that doubt. Like this weekend, I was a little bit sad last night. I was happy all day. And right before my little girl had to go back, she stays with my dad. She's wanting to stay with them. They're older. She knows they probably ain't going to be around much longer. She wanted to get the most time with them. It hurt me a little bit, but I'm like, okay, why not? My place is not finished. It's not finished for her to actually stay on weekends, completely. Now Donald's here. And it kind of bothered me she's talking about, but I understand it too when I get to this part. She tells me, oh, by the way, Mama, I'm not coming down tomorrow. I'm like, what is Easter? You should be with your mama on Easter. But Brenda had this set up on a special day. She said they're having a big dinner and they're doing something special for her cousin Holly. Holly ain't doing good. She's been battling hospital off and on through the ages of her life. They found another tumor on her. She got tired of being in the hospital bed. She wanted to go home and have the nurses tend to her there. She can't graduate in regular school. So they done this graduation ceremony to her in the hospital on the day when they thought she had strength enough to leave the hospital. It was my ex-husband's aunt, Brenda Stevens McNeely's her name. It is her granddaughter that's battling this tumor. Her name's Holly, so keep her in your prayers. And she said, I want to go spend much time with her, Mom. I really don't know her well enough like I should, and I want to go speak to her and spend time with her before she's taken away. At 13 years old, my little girl telling me that. So I couldn't say no, but at the same time, it kind of bothered me as a mother. But that other part, I was happy for her. She was like so caring, and she thought of her cousin like that. And they was having a big dinner thing, so I couldn't keep her away from that. And she don't get to see her Aunt Brenda's much because she stays in Charlotte. And her daddy works. He drives a truck. He drives all around Rock Hill, Charlotte. And sometimes he has to work on Saturdays, and they couldn't do it on a Saturday, so that she had to set it up for Easter. But I wish she told me a little bit ahead of time. But at that age, they get sidetracked. They don't remember every little plan out thing they do, but she did let me know. Like an hour before we had to take her back. So it kind of got me down a little bit. I started feeling like, oh, she don't want to be around me. Maybe she's bored with me this weekend. It was raining. It was cold. We couldn't get on a trampoline. I let her jump me around. Look like a little kid up there. She can't understand why I can't jump on it. It gives me headaches. When you get older, your brain, or something I read, it can make your brain move. It can rattle, it can shake your brain up. The older you get, or something like that. I've done studies on it. And I'd get headaches. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, Mama. I forget about you getting headaches. It just slipped her mind because she's all about wanting to get out there and jump, do some little cheer moves, and throw some vlogs up on her videos. Singing. She likes to sing a lot outdoors, and we couldn't do it because the weather was kind of messy. But I can understand why she went through it. She wanted to go visit her aunt and her cousin, so that's where she's at. Her daddy come and picked her up about 10:50 a.m. this morning. So she's spending the whole day with them. Why not? She don't do a whole lot at my dad's. Unless she's got a friend's sleepover or birthday. And other than school, she don't go nowhere a lot. It's always with her dad, or when we got the money up, we take them and do things like that. But yeah, this main video is just discussing about Easter. Because some people don't have a good Easter. They get down and out. And I was trying to find a piece in here or something in a book about it, and I couldn't find it. But oh well, I still had a little discussions on it. It's still good to share it and everything. But I couldn't find it even here. I got this encouraging Bible. It's 365 encouraging verses of the Bible. And my partner bought me that, I think. I think he's the one that got me that one when we first got together. It's got all kind of stuff. No? Wait a minute. 12 of 2000. That can't be right. 12 of year 2007. It's got 2012. That can't be right. I know you the one that got me, because Sarah got a purple one like that. Remember? Hers was a little bit bigger than mine. I picked the green one. Yeah, you got me that. And they got all kinds of good little bit places to look up in the Bible and inspirations. Sometimes I'll carry that around with me to get encouragement. But that's about it for this video. And of course, everybody's doing their family thing with the Easter, so I kind of understand that. Yeah, I try to show love to my kids. Sometimes they're stubborn, hard-headed. They got something on their mind. They want to do that. The heck what they're saying right now. I want to go do this right now, Mama. Oh, I got to go make this phone call right here, Mama. Typical at a certain age in their teenage years like that. I guess it's something, it's like a thing they go through. Some kind of thing they go through and have to get it out of their system. A lot of them like that. And some of them start a little bit later on, like 16 and up in their stages. But mine, she's all about nature and like doing things, my younger. She loves it. And going to birthday parties and anything that's got to do with some kind of holiday, she likes to participate and go through stuff like that. My oldest daughter don't like to be around a lot of crowds. She has certain anxiety problems. It hits her sometimes. She got things to do with anxiety and all. But this is about all that I'm going to do about this video. It wasn't going to be on practically this long. Just do an update to wish everybody happy, safe Easter. And hope everybody's enjoying their weekend and they're staying safe and good health and all that stuff. And just wanted to share a little bit of a few things I shared earlier on there in my writings. And that's about it. I hope you have a great Easter and great weekend and stay in good health and you take care there and have a great Sunday. Bye now. And if you like this live stream video, don't forget to, still saying bye, I messed up there. Don't forget to throw in that thumbs like button. If you got any comments or questions, feel free to share your stories about how your Easter went or your weekend. Share your story. I like to hear some stories on some of y'all. And if you watch many of my videos and you see I'm consistent, normally on weekends I don't do it, but since it's a kind of special type day, weekend, I thought I'd throw up a live stream on here. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. And do not forget to click that bell so you don't miss other videos to come. But God bless you all. Again, happy Easter. Stay safe, well health, and enjoy your Easter day. Bye now.